Okay, so here's the last batch that I made. So this is the oats, milk, and honey, but this time I added this portion right here is got propolis powder in it because I thought that it would be nice to have a little bit extra additive in there for healing properties and everything. So I just thought I'd try it out. So I put bubble wrap on the bottom for extra texture. I oiled it with mineral oil and it seems to work really well to keep it from sticking. And the top has embeds that I made from hot process that are sorry, I was going to look for the embeds real quick so I could show them to you because I've showed them before, but I just thought I'd show you them again. So these are the pieces of the embed that I put on the top after I pour it. So basically what I do is I make a batch of hot process that's going to contain the oats and the honey because that's usually the part that overheats on me, and then I get a partial gel even if I was to put it into the freezer a lot of times. So I decided that I would make hot process with the honey portion, and then the part that's to represent the milk I would make cold process, and as soon as the hot process part was ready I would mix up my my cold process part and then plop the hot process in there and then pour the milk portion over it. And so this time, instead of it just being the milk cold process, I split it and I put part with the propolis. I don't know, I think I might add the propolis to at the very end of the hot process before I put it into the mold, just simply because I'm not real crazy about that taupe color. I know it's a different color when it's on the inside, but on the outside it just has a funny gray color, but it looks okay. And then I sprinkled some beeswax prills and some whole oats on top. So anyway, and the honeycomb is unscented as well as the milk and the propolis portion. So the only part that has any fragrance oil in it is the part that was hot processed. Let's see if I'm still on there. So I'm just going to split this. I'm starting to go sideways, so I better. Sorry for no talking, but that was pretty tough. So anyway, here it is on the inside. So see, the propolis turned a nice color on the inside. That would be this color right there. But it's just kind of gray on the top, so it's okay. So let me just move my cutter over here so I can use it to cut the bars evenly, or somewhat evenly. Just gonna trim off the edge some. Oh, it goes there. So there it is. Really like the way that turned out. I don't know about you guys, but oatmeal milk and honey type of fragrance, or the whole setup, that bar, I have, people usually want that bar, this type of bar. They don't just want to buy one, they want to buy multiples of it, it seems like. Even when I didn't do it this way, it's just that something about the oats, milk, and honey, whether it's the fragrance or the fact that it's got the oatmeal and everything in it, they just love it. Because I had one lady just buy a whole log for me one time when I made it in a log form. but I really love this rustic, crazy way that it looks. And although I do put the fragrance oil in there, it has a lot of nice ingredients in it that, you know, are good for the skin. So that's why I believe it's popular. And the scent itself is comforting if you like that, you know, type of a scent. I usually get mine from Brambleberry. But yeah, I just love, look at all those, you know, really cool textures and everything. Yeah, so when I do the honeycomb portion, I've made a video on it before. There's a good hunk for me or for samples. I will usually make a 1 pound batch, and then I put it in the crock pot and I cook it until it's, you know, ready to be, you know, turned out of there. And I have 2 pieces of bubble wrap that are oiled with mineral oil ready to go, and then I just spread the hot process on it as quick as I can, and then I sandwich it and press down in between the bubble wrap so I have the sheet. So when I let it cool, literally with just in a couple hours, once it's cooled, I can use it right away, you know, to put as a decorative portion of the soap. So I don't have to wait for it to cure overnight or anything, because I'm going to have the whole soap cure. That's a really cool looking piece. So, I don't know why I tried doing a piece of honeycomb look in a log mold one time, and it just didn't turn out right, because trying to get the cuts right, it didn't work out. So I had just thought, well, I'm just going to make a slab and put sheets, broken up sheet pieces of it on there, and then also trying it by mixing the hot and the cold together process. And you know, they don't come apart, they stick together, so that's a good thing. Sorry if I'm been out of view. I have to trim the sides down on this. This is kind of huge. Yeah, so I guess you guys can tell that my bars sometimes are kind of huge, but I'm sorry. I do live in Texas, and I just feel like as though a lot of people do want larger sized items. I know it sounds so stereotypical, but if I tried to make my bars smaller now, people would go, what am I doing? You know, what are you trying to do, cheap out on us? So I'll be honest, my bars are probably between 6 to 7 ounces a piece. And it's not because I'm like trying to be that way, it's just that it just worked out that way at the beginning, and now I kind of can't change it. So anyway, here's my last bar, and honestly, I probably should have made, I'll probably have to make another batch next weekend, only because I have an order just from one person just for 7 bars, so that takes a big hunk out of this batch here. So anyway, I will keep in touch, and next weekend maybe I'll make some soap. I've been trying to work my stock back up, and since I don't make any soap during the week, I have to try to get some stuff built back up, because ever since I moved, everything got sold and I only had a few odd bars. So anyway, you guys have a great week, and thanks for watching.